Islam, Shalom, Hola, Aloha, Osio, Bonjour. This is your brother Tarik Bey, Indigenous American Moor, coming to you live in full effect. Thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell if you would like to be notified whenever I'm dropping new content. Hit the thumbs up button. It really helps the algorithm. Leave a comment down below and interact with my content. I really do appreciate your viewership. Let's jump back into it. Today I really want to talk about financial freedom for wage workers. All right. So if you work, if you're not already financially free, meaning your time is your own, you don't have to clock in and out, you make multiple streams of passive income or active income, you have everything in order and you're not worried or stressed about anything. Everybody's life isn't that great, but I want to help you start to take the steps toward financial freedom, getting some type of financial liberation from the rat race or the wage wars. All right. So you have to start off by getting M.A.D, M.A.D, M.A.D. It's a little method I got right there. Okay, so I want to start off with the M in M.A.D. So when you want to start understanding your finances, your finances and your goals, three things. So the M, the A, and the D. The M is make a budget. So that's the first M. You make that budget, you stick to it. You stick to that budget. All right. So you find out how much income you have, what kind of money that you're making, what your expenses are, how much you're paying for this and for that, for lodging, for food, shelter, stuff like that, utilities. And you put the list side by side, all the income you have versus all the bills you have. And the goal is to make sure that your bills fit inside of your income. So if your income is 100%, hopefully all your bills and everything are no more than 60% of your total income for maybe the month. All right, let's do it for the month. All right, so you make a budget and you stick to the budget no matter what. And part of that budget is save. Make sure you save no matter what. I really want to drive that home. I don't care if you can only put a penny in a penny bank, or if you can only save $1 a day. Save. Get into building that habit. That's a great habit to have. Being able to throw a little bit back, maybe put a little bit to the side for the proverbial rainy day, or maybe a goal that you might have, a trip that you might want to take, something that you're saving up for, not just like the rainy day fund or in case something goes wrong. You need that type of saving, but also, saving toward a goal, something that you can look forward to doing in the future. All right. All right. So that's building like a bright future for yourself. And that's something that you can aim toward. All right. So making a budget and making sure that you're able to save and sticking to that budget strictly. That's the first M. All right. Well, that's the only M. That's the M in M.A.D. So I want to move on to number 2, the A. Active and or passive income. All right. So if you're not making money, you're losing money. It's just that simple. In this day and age, just stepping outside your door, it seems like it costs maybe like $100, going to the store, gassing up, just doing the everyday things that you normally do. Some people get coffee every single day on the way to work, coffee or tea or something like that. Maybe a snack. The prices on everything are going up. Inflation is real. The USD is going down. So make sure you understand passive income and active income and passive income. So the passive income is revenue or income coming in without you having to actively do something, without you having to go to work and punch into the clock. Maybe you have a ebook that you're selling. Maybe you have a book on Amazon. Maybe you have items on Amazon that you're selling. Maybe you only have like an eBay page that you're just selling little knickknacks and this and that. But that's potentially passive income, because somebody can reach out to you and maybe you do a little bit of legwork, taking something to the post office to ship out, and boom, you have income coming in without you really having to sit there and do that all day. All right. So make sure you have, or try to line up some type of passive income, something that you don't have to sit there and watch every day. You can invest. If you're not investing in stocks, you can invest into companies, startups. All right. Companies that you believe in, or products, or, different things that are on the ground level that you can really get your foot into early, so that investment can build toward the future. If you don't have a lot of funds, expendable cash, trying to get into something on the ground level is a really, really good way to build something for the future, because you never know exactly where it's going to go, the trajectory of the market, or if that company is just going to take off, or if that startup is just going to blow up and, become the next big thing. So getting into something on the ground level to try to get that passive income going. The active income is more straightforward. You go to work, you punch the clock, you work, you get paid for that, and you clock out. That's the basic. If anything, that's like the most basic thing you can do, is go to work, punch a clock, and work on your budget, save. Don't go above and beyond your budget. That's the thing. A lot of people like to splurge and splurge and go over budget, overspend on things just because they might have a FOMO, fear of missing out, so they want to do things. They might feel like stuff is getting a little monotonous, so you want to spend a little money to go out and do something different and change your pace. It's not all work and no play. Definitely try to enjoy yourself, try to unwind. Don't try to make sure that the budget that you're strictly sticking to, and the way you're managing your hours of work, doing your active income, and what you're doing on your side gig or something, trying to get a passive income, make sure that isn't like a prison for you. Try to have some fun doing it, because you really feel like you're not working a day in your life if you're having fun while you're doing something, especially if you're making finance. So, right. So that's very important. But that's the A. The D in M.A.D. Destroy your debt. I want that to be very important. Destroy it. All right. So that's what the D is in M.A.D. The M.A.D. in M.A.D. Destroy your debt. If your income is not very high, the very least you can do is make sure that your debt is low, or ideally non-existent. All right. So make sure you're mitigating your expenses, making sure you're sticking to your financial goals. You're sticking to the budget strictly. You're not going above and beyond, stretching yourself, extending your finances, being broke this week and and you have money the next week, and then you're broke within a few days. You try to keep a set amount that you can be comfortable, maybe not too comfortable, but comfortable enough that you're taking care of everything that you can take care of, everything that you need to take care of, but you're also putting something away for yourself for the future, not just a rainy day if something should happen, but actually striving toward a goal that's actually, something that you want to strive toward, something that you want to move toward, that's very, very important. So focus on destroying your debt. There's many ways to destroy your debt. outside of just, sticking to a budget. There's ways of dealing with creditors. There's ways of getting rid of your credit card debt. If you have credit card debt, if you owe somebody, there's ways of starting to pay those back. One way is say for example, you have 3 credit cards, all right, with outstanding balances, all right. So maybe you've been keeping up with all 3. You've been able to make the minimum balance. One thing you should try to definitely focus on is try to pay over the minimum balance whenever you're paying on credit card debt. And whatever your smallest debt is, try to focus on paying that one off entirely first, whenever you can. So make sure you're not in a deficit, you're not missing the payments on the other 2, but whenever you have some extra money, some extra finance, maybe you got like a little tip or bonus or something like that, put that to the smallest debt. So the smallest debt out of those 3 credit cards, work on paying that one off completely, and then you'll only have 2 debts. So you continue to work that process. You focus on the smallest debt first, you completely get that paid off, and then you work on the next smallest debt until that was completely paid off. Before you know it, you're debt free. You're completely positive on your accounts. You just have active income coming in. You might have some passive income coming in, and your savings account is looking great, or your box that you're stashing your money in is getting fat. You got a nice fat wad of cash that you're sitting back, stacking up the bread. You know how a lot of us old school cats like to do it. But if you don't have money in a bank account just sitting there collecting interest, you can definitely work on destroying any kind of debt you might have, any kind of creditors coming at you, any kind of credit card debt, because the Fed has recently this year increased the interest rates on like all debts. So being in debt now is definitely not the place to be. So definitely work on getting out of debt. Definitely focus on, passive income, active income, and stick to your budget, strictly stick to your budget and save. Those are like the main things that I really want to drive home. But before I make this video too long, I want to speak on something else. I know a lot of us are out here being like everyday wage workers, wage slaves, whatever it's called, but there is a silver lining. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. In California, there was pretty much like a union was formed statewide for the fast food workers. So from chains like McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, these huge fast food chains, the labor union got together and they were able to force those companies to raise the state minimum wage to $20 an hour for all those minimum wage fast food workers. So that's like a we the people type of moment that I love to see here in the United States of America. So the fact that the workers were able to get together and band together and force these major corporations to increase their minimum wage for all of those places was a very, very powerful move. And I believe something like that can actually be utilized. That same strategy can be utilized nationwide. So every state can potentially do this for workers for whatever class or category or field that these workers are in. Collective bargaining power is a real thing, and California just made a major power move to show that we the people, the consumers, the so-called essential workers, we are all very, very important, and we have power, and it's time for us to start utilizing that power and to hold these huge corporations to task to actually pay a fair living wage so we can take care of our family and we're not struggling and we're not forced to have to get 2 or 3 extra jobs or gigs in order for us to provide for ourselves and our families in the future. All right. So once again, this is your brother Tarik Bey. Peace. Wado.